Hi everybody and welcome back to Paizo Gaming. So, a couple random things here today. Number one, I made a sundial. So what I did is I stuck some walls here and looked where the shadow is cast. And over the day, actually I spent about an hour doing this. You can see that I put the beacons down here with the approximate time. This was this morning I did this, and the number of beacons that I had down. So I started this morning, and every 5 minutes I dropped a beacon right at the peak of where the shadow was. So you can see here, like the shadow peak is coming up here on this one. And I wanted to see where those went. And then so over time, I did this over the, I don't know what this lasts, 45, 50 minutes, I think. So I dropped all these different beacons here in 5-minute increments. And then between the time that it was just getting morning, just the sun was coming up, and then when it got dark. And so you can see there's a little bit more space here between the last 2 or 3 of them. And then I dropped some signs just estimating, okay, maybe if this first one or second one was 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, 4, and 6, just to put some approximate numbers on it. Because the reason I did this is sometimes during the day, I didn't know how much time I had left before it got dark. So this gives me a good way. I have this roof here over a part of my factory, and this way I can come up here and take a look to see what approximate time it is. So right now it's about 10 in the morning on the planet, and I can see how much more time I have before it gets dark. Anyway, so that was one thing. And while I was up here, what I noticed, and maybe you have noticed this too, but sometimes when you look at your reflection, you don't actually see your reflection, but you can see reflections of non-organic material. And what do I mean by that? So I've got a few different things here in my hand. You can see I've got the nut in my hand. You don't see that reflection, nor do you see, I'm sorry, not reflection, but shadow or reflection for that matter. But I've got the nut in my hand, and if I rotate through here, you can see, I don't know if you can see it right next to that beacon. I pulled up the detonator, and now there's a shadow of the detonator. If I go back to the nut, there's no shadow there. And again, the detonator, and if I go to my scanner, you can see the scanner there, but you don't see the shadow of the Pioneer, the Engineer, whatever they call her, the body. And if I go to the inhaler, you can see that. But if I go to some of the other organic material, you don't actually see those. So that is kind of interesting. I noticed the same thing with reflections as well. Wonder if that plays into the story. Not sure. Kind of interesting. And now we're going to go talk about a third kind of random thing here. Okay, so we've traversed our way across the map, and let me show you where I'm at here. I'm basically at the edge here into this little valley. I've made some foundations out, and there's actually a yellow slug here that I cannot get to, and I'm hoping that some of you might have some ideas or some comments how to get to this. So you can see that it's actually attached to this side of this pillar here, and if I zoom in, you can see it there. Now there's kind of a hitbox around it that I cannot get to that thing. I've got my gas mask on here. I'll try to reduce some of the sounds of that, but let's say that I throw, I'm using snowballs right now, but if I throw a snowball at this thing, you can see there's kind of a hitbox above, below, around. I've tried to go on the other side of this thing, below it, above it, and I just cannot figure out how to grab the darn thing. So if I go, for example, right here, kind of next to it, let me get rid of my detonator here. I cannot get that thing. If I go around the other side, I cannot get it. If I go slightly below, if I go above the darn thing, let me see if I can get around here again. If I come down on it from the top, there is just no way to grab the darn thing. I had this happen in another area of the map before, and I think after update 5 they actually moved the slug. It was kind of inside of the spore pillar, spore flower, whatever they call that. But on this one, I can't figure out how to grab that, and I'm hoping that one of you guys will have some comments and ideas on how to get that darn thing. I cannot figure out how to get to it. So please throw your comments down in the comments if you have any idea how to get to that darn thing. And if you like this little quick video here about the sundial, the no shadow of organic material, and or trying to get this slug, please like and or subscribe or comment below. Thanks, and have a great day.